You going to make mommy make this intro? Okay, let mommy make this intro. All right, we're just going to make this intro really quick. All right, baby. Hey guys, so today I have decided to just go ahead and do a makeup look inspired by this picture right here. I have Christian in my hand, so I don't know if it's gonna be in focus. Okay, so that's the picture right there. So she's doing she's entering a pageant for Miss Manchester High, woo woo, back home in Jamaica. So she's gonna do a photo shoot, and this is the look that she's gonna replicate. So since I'm so far away, I decided to go ahead and do a makeup tutorial to try to help her. Even though she knows what she does, I'll put her Instagram handle right here. It's Makeup by Aaliyah James. So I hope she enjoys this and get a little tips, get some tips and get some tricks, and hopefully she uses the technique that I use, because I think it came out fabulous. So if you want to see how I created this look with Christian, just keep on watching. Okay guys, so going in with that brown shade, I'm just going to put this in my crease area, and I'm just fluffing that up. Well, I keep calling it fluff, blending that, going straight up to my brow bone. Now realize that I didn't even prime my eyes with concealer, so I'm going in with the white now, and I am lining my lid, and I'm not taking it all the way up, even though I did mess up a little bit, but this was the first go, and I will show you how to, you know, correct it in another clip after. But try not to go too high up, just stay like half a lid and just blend that out. All right, so I'm tapping it out with my finger just so I can evenly have it all over the lid. So that's what we're doing right here. As I said before, you see how it's going all the way up to the crease? We don't want that. So just literally draw a line on the lid and then blend it out. Okay, so now I'm just setting that with a white matte shade. And this is the 252 palette by Coastal Scents. So, I'm just showing you the shades that can work. So I'm using that lightest orange, and at first it wasn't work. Well, it just wasn't the orange that I wanted, so I went in with the shade above that. Now you see where I had to go back in with the transition shade and just deepen, bring that brown shade pretty much down furthermore on the lid. So just avoid that. All right, so I'm using this, I don't know what shade that is, but when I put it on, it was too pink, girl. So of course I tried to deepen that. So I went in with the red right next to it, and I'm pretty much just deepening the shade just to make it flush with each other. So we're just going to blend and mix colors until we get what we want. So I'm going in with that burgundy shade because I didn't want to go in with black, and I'm using a little pencil brush and I am deepening it. So I'm sorry, yes, so I'm just going over all those shades that I had used, and then we're going to go back and forth using the orange and using the reds. So going in with that shade, I'm going to just tap over it, and you'll see this is where everything starts to come into play. Now at the end of it, by just putting this shade on and doing the top lid, you're like, oh, what the hell am I doing, looking like a clown? But it will eventually come together, I promise. Okay, so I'm going in with that yellow shade, and I am putting that on the inner tear duct and a little bit on the inner 1/3 where the orange is, pretty much just to brighten up that area a little bit, because on the picture it was a deeper vibrant orange, but hey, we're using what we have to. So this is where I'm showing you, just keep it as low as possible on the lid, blend it up, and then you just set with white, with any white eyeshadow, and you're good to go, my friend. All right, so now we're going in with eyeliner. Use anyone, and I didn't make a thick wing. Now to get this done, just line it up with your bottom lash line, waterline. I don't know, you see what I'm doing, girl? Okay, so just line it up, and the black is going to go on all of that 2/3 of the outer eye, and then you're gonna put black on the inside, on the waterline. So you can go ahead and use a product like this, or you can just use a eyeliner pencil, sorry. All right, so I'm just going to moisturize my face with some rose water, and the reason why I'm moisturizing my face so much is because if you're going to, I mean, I just love to keep my face moisturized, and that's just pretty much it. I forgot how much I love this foundation, guys, and just the technique in which I used it is completely, like, it just brings it to a different level. You see how it's covering up everything? Like, technique, the way how you do things make a big difference with how products work. So I'm just blending that in with the beauty blend, not beauty blender, beauty sponge. And I'm using this concealer in Toffee, and I am misting my face again because that's a thick concealer, and I am pouncing that out. Realize that I never ever put concealer directly up under the eyes, because that's one of the ways that it will get cakey real quick. Okay, so just start a little bit down, and as you're blending, it will eventually move up. And since this is for a pageant and we want to look snatched and cut, baby, yes, we're going to be putting concealer underneath the cheekbones just to make it right. Now I've already gone ahead and set everything, but this is pretty much what I've done. I just put it under the eyes and pat it everywhere that I had put a lighter concealer. I love using this technique as opposed to baking, because I think that I mean, you don't have to do all that baking. That's just pretty much what I'm saying. All right, so I'm just setting the rest of my face, guys, with my L'Oreal True Match in N8 Cappuccino, and you know I'm just buffing everything in. So going back to the eyes, and I'm using that same pencil brush, I'm going to be smoking out the eye. Now I forgot to put the black on my waterline, so that's what I did, and now I'm just smoking out everything with the transition shade that I had used, which is the dark brown. Okay, so now I'm using these Ardell Fairies lashes, and I'm cutting it right there just to give my eyes a more swooped cat eye effect. Okay, so now I realized that the picture, the girl was, she was darker than I was, so I tried to darken up myself a little bit because I was looking a bit pale. And I am pretty much just using that brush that I had used the white liner on, and I am snatchifying my nose. Okay, so I wanted to use a pencil that was more skin tone or whatever, but it did work. I mean, just use one that is your skin tone. I mean, it can be darker, but look, the way how I blended it out, it made, you know, it just looked like my lip shade. It wasn't too dark, it wasn't too light, and so I think this really helped the nude to be nude. So I'm going in with the NYX soft lip cream and the butter gloss. The butter gloss is, I think it's Cream Cafe or I don't know, I'll put it below, and the lip cream is in Stockholm, and that's how I got the matte look, the glossy look that the girl had on. All right, so next we're I'm ahead of myself in these voiceovers, so I'm going to be using the Milani face and body highlight thing, but I'm first going to be misting my face with setting spray, and so this is just going to intensify the highlight that I'm going to put on. So I'm using the gold shade, and I am going to be putting that on the cheeks. And I loved it. I love the goldness. I mean, I can't get enough of highlight. Now this picture with this girl, she didn't have on any highlight. At least I didn't really see where she had on any highlight, but girl, I didn't put on blush. if you realize. So I had to go for my highlight, honey. And the way how I do that is I make this little face, this little smucker up face, and I just use my fan brush that I got from last month's Boxycharm, and I put it on the cheeks and down. So I've come up with this different technique where I don't want to use the same highlight that I use on my cheeks on my nose, and so I've opted to use this shade. And this is the final look, guys. I hope that you enjoyed it. Of course, I had fun creating it for my sister, and I'll try to link her Facebook thing so that everybody can go and vote for her. Love you guys. See you in the next video.